The Earth Dragon Awakes by Lawrence Yep. Early evening, Tuesday, April 17th, 1906. It is early evening in San Francisco. Street lights come on. People hurry home. No one knows about the danger below. Underneath their feet, the earth begins to stir. 7 p.m., Tuesday, April 17th, 1906, Travis household, Sacramento Street area. At that moment, the Travis family is too busy to worry. Henry's parents are going to the opera. Henry's mother calls from upstairs. "Ah Sing, have you seen my silk shawl?" Mr. Travis bellows. "Ah Sing, I need a new shirt. You've shrunk another one." Mrs. Travis pats her husband's belly affectionately. "Don't blame Ah Sing, dear. It's time for a diet." "I'm not fat," Mr. Travis protests. "My stomach is solid as the earth." His belly shows through the open hole on his shirt. It jiggles when he moves. "It's all Ah Sing's fault. He does something to my shirts, and that's why I keep losing buttons." "Don't change shirts, dear," Mrs. Travis says. "We don't have time. Mr. Caruso will be so disappointed if you show up late for his Don Jose." "I would rather go to the roller skating carnival," Mr. Travis grumbles. "They're giving out a $1,000 prize for the best costume." "I wish we could go roller skating too," says Henry. He was eager to try out his new skates. He'd gotten them for Easter 2 days before. "We'll have a picnic next Sunday," Miss Travis suggests. "Enrico Caruso should be grateful if I don't go tonight," Mr. Travis yawns. "I'm so tired from work, I'll just nap there. Even his bellowing won't keep me awake." "If his singing doesn't, my elbow will," teases Mrs. Travis. "I had Ah Sing sharpen it today." She jabs him in the side. Mr. Travis rubs his ribs. "That's why I need more padding there." "Maybe I could go to the skating carnival with Ah Sing," Henry says hopefully. "I know you're dying to try your new skates," his mother says, "but the carnival's not for children." Ah Sing and his son Chin come upstairs. Ah Sing is the Travis's houseboy. He cleans and cooks and helps around the house. Chin has the cloak. Ah Sing has the sewing basket. "Henry, help Ah Sing find the button," Mr. Travis orders. Ah Sing has helped Mr. Travis get ready many times. "I got plenty," Ah Sing says. "I sweep, I find, I keep." From his pocket, he takes out a matching button. On his coat, he has stuck a needle with thread. It's the right color. Ah Sing is like the captain of a ship in a storm. He tells Henry and Chen to hold Mr. Travis's shirt closed while he sews the button on. Henry winks at him. Chen is 9 and Henry is 8. They have become good friends. Though Chen has been in America for only 2 years, he already speaks English better than his father. Suddenly, Henry's pet dog Sawyer begins to howl. Mr. Travis scrunches up his face. "You should take Sawyer. He can sing with Mr. Caruso." "He's been doing that all day. I don't know what's wrong with him. We took him to the vet," Mrs. Travis says. "He's perfectly healthy." Henry puts his dog in his room. Then he returns to help his parents some more. He fetches his mother's beaded purse. His father misplaces his top hat twice. Both times, Henry finds it. Ah Sing, Chen, and Henry manage to steer them to the front door. Mrs. Travis stops on the threshold. She picks an umbrella that matches her gown. "There isn't a rain cloud in the sky," protests Mr. Travis. "You never know when an umbrella will come in handy," his wife says calmly. By the doorway, they have not 1, but 2 umbrella stands. They are filled with umbrellas. "You have too many choices," Mr. Travis teases. "If your collection were smaller, it wouldn't take you so long to pick one out." If you didn't lose them, I wouldn't need so many, Mrs. Travis says. Finally, she selects 2. Somehow, Ah Sing, Chen, and Henry get them on their way. Ah Sing begins to pick up the discarded shawls, capes, and cloaks from the floor. He tells the boys to do their schoolwork. Henry is on Easter vacation, but he has homework. Chen does not attend American school yet, but he hopes to go soon. At the moment, he goes to Chinese school in Chinatown. Because Chinese school does not celebrate Easter, he would normally have to go tonight. However, the Travises asked Ah Sing and Chen to watch Henry. Sawyer crouches in a corner of Henry's bedroom. He is terrified. Henry makes a place for Sawyer on his bed. Then, looking out the window, Henry begins his art assignment. He has to draw his neighborhood. Chen lies on the floor and starts his essay about his home in China. He has almost too much to write. The Americans make it difficult for a Chinese man to bring his family to America. It has been hard enough for Chen to come. He had to study for months and months before he got on the boat to America. He needed to know everything. He had to memorize every house in his village, every field, every window, every tree, every animal. The immigration officials spent a week asking him questions. If he made a mistake, they would have assumed he was lying. They would have sent him back to China. They would have sent his father back too. Chen would have liked to go home, but his father's salary was important. An American dollar is worth so much more in China. Chen's father can support his mother, his grandparents, and several other relatives. Henry finishes his picture quickly. The wooden houses press against one another. They are all 3 stories high. The front doors are all 1 story from the ground. The houses all have bay windows. Except for the paint, they all look the same. Sawyer whimpers. Henry tries to pet him. He can feel his dog shivering. What's spooked you, boy? He does not want to move and disturb Sawyer more, so he tells Chen to open his school bag and get his present. Chen makes sure Ah Sing is downstairs. Then he sneaks a flimsy paper book from his school bag. On the cover, a cowboy blazes away with a 6-gun, and another cowboy falls to the dust. The whole day, Chen has been looking forward to this. None of their parents approve of the cheap books. Henry's mother calls them penny dreadfuls. All the boys at Henry's school like them and pass them around. Henry has been helping Chen learn English by reading the dreadfuls with him. When I grow up, I'm going to be a lawman, just like Marshall Earp. Henry pretends to blaze away with his 6-shooter. I'm never going to be like my father. All he does is add up numbers all day for that old bank. My father washes dishes, Chen sighs. Neither is exciting, Henry agrees. Sawyer lifts his head and begins to howl again. As he tries to calm his dog again, Henry wishes he knew what was upsetting him. Everything else seems so peaceful and boring, just like his parents. Henry is puzzled, but he promises, "Don't worry, boy. I won't let anything happen to you."